stop what you're doing. Some old Washington quarter coins are worth big money, from hundreds to hundreds of thousands of dollars. Rare dates like 1983 P, 1992 D, and era quarters have shocked collectors at auctions. These tiny coins could be hidden treasure sitting in your pocket right now. Check your change before spending it. The story begins in 1965, when the United States Mint made one of the biggest changes in coin history. Before 1965, quarters were made with real silver. But silver prices were rising fast, and people started saving the coins instead of spending them. Because of this, the government decided to remove silver from quarters and make them from copper and nickel instead. That means the 1965 quarter became the first new-clad quarter in American history. Millions and millions of these coins were made. In fact, more than 1.8 billion quarters were produced that year. Because of that huge number, most people think the 1965 quarter is common and not valuable. But here is the shocking part that keeps collectors excited. During the change from silver coins to clad coins, a few mistakes happened at the mint. Some old silver coin blanks from 1964 were still in the machines. When the new 1965 design was struck on those silver blanks, a rare era coin was created. This means a small number of 1,965 quarters were accidentally made with 90% silver. These coins were never supposed to exist, but a few slipped into circulation. Today they are one of the most exciting modern coin discoveries. Some of these rare silver era quarters have sold for more than $7,000, and experts believe that a perfect example could reach $20,000 or more at auction. Imagine finding a coin worth that much in your pocket change. So how can you tell if you have one of these rare coins? The first thing to check is the edge of the coin. A normal 1965 quarter has a copper stripe on the edge because it is made from layers of metal. But a silver era quarter has a solid silver color on the edge with no copper stripe. That is the easiest sign to look for. The second thing to check is the weight. A normal clad 1965 quarter weighs about 5.67 grams, but a silver version weighs about 6.25 grams, just like the older silver quarters. A small digital scale can help you see the difference quickly. There are also other interesting errors collectors search for on the 1965 quarter. One popular variety is the double die error. This happens when the coin die moves slightly during the creation process. The result is letters that look doubled, especially in Liberty or In God We Trust. Strong double die coins can sell for $200 to $1,000, depending on condition. Another exciting error is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin blank is not perfectly centered during the strike. Part of the design may be missing, and a blank area appears on one side. These unusual coins can bring hundreds or even thousands of dollars if the error is strong and clear. Collectors also look for clipped planchet errors. This happens when the coin blank is cut incorrectly from the metal sheet. The coin may look like a small bite was taken from the edge. These coins are unusual and can sell for $100 to $500 depending on the size of the clip. Condition also plays a very big role in value. A 1965 quarter that looks brand new with no wear can be worth far more than one that is worn. Professional grading companies like Professional Coin Grading Service and Numismatic Guarantee Company examine coins and give them grades. A very high-grade example of a 1965 quarter has sold for thousands of dollars simply because it survived in perfect condition. Many collectors share stories of amazing discoveries. One collector searching through bank rolls noticed a quarter with a bright silver edge. After checking the weight and sending it for grading, it was confirmed as the rare silver 1965 era. That coin later sold for thousands of dollars at auction. A simple coin that most people would have spent without a second look turned into a life-changing discovery. This is why collectors always say to check your change carefully. Valuable coins are still hiding in jars, drawers, and old collections all over the world. Many people spend them every day without realizing the treasure they had. Welcome to 1 cent coin value, the place where ordinary coins can turn into hidden treasure. And the story of this quarter begins with a mystery inside the United States Mint. In 1992, the U.S. Mint was producing millions of Washington quarters for circulation. These coins showed the famous portrait of George Washington on the front and the classic eagle design on the back. Most of these coins were made at the Denver Mint, which means they carry the small D mint mark on the front under Washington's neck. Now here's the shocking fact. Even though millions were produced, a few coins came out with rare minting mistakes, and those mistakes are what collectors hunt for today. If you know what to look for, that simple 25-cent coin could turn into a life-changing discovery. Let's start with one of the most exciting possibilities, the double die error. This happens when the coin die is slightly misaligned during creation. When the coin is struck, the letters or numbers appear doubled. On some 1992 D quarters, collectors have reported doubling in the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." If the doubling is strong and clear, the coin can sell for $200 to $800, and sometimes even more depending on condition. But that's only the beginning. Another attention-grabbing error is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin blank is not properly centered when the press hits it. The result is a coin where part of the design is missing and a blank area appears on one side. These unusual coins catch the eye immediately, and collectors may pay $300 to $1,000 for dramatic off-center examples. Now here is something even more surprising. Some 1992 D quarters have been found with clipped planchet errors. This occurs when the metal sheet used to make coin blanks overlap slightly during the cutting process. The finished coin looks like a small bite was taken out of its edge. These coins are rare and can sell for $100 to $500, depending on how large the clip is. But the value of a coin does not come only from errors. Condition is everything in coin collecting. A worn 1992 D quarter might still be worth just 25 cents. But a coin that looks brand new with strong shine and no marks could be worth far more. Professional grading companies like Professional Coin Grading Service and Numismatic Guarantee Company examine coins and give them grades based on their condition. A top-quality 1992 D Washington quarter graded MS-67 or higher has sold for over $1,000 at auction because so few coins survive in such perfect condition. That's a huge jump from just 25 cents. So how do you identify a valuable 1992 D quarter? Start by checking the date and mint mark. The date must read 1992, and the small d mint mark should appear on the front of the coin just to the right of Washington's ponytail. Next, look closely at the letters and numbers for any signs of doubling. Then examine the rim and shape to see if the coin looks off-center or clipped. Another important detail is the edge of the coin. A normal quarter should show a copper stripe along the edge because it is made from layered metals. If the edge looks unusual or the coin seems heavier or lighter than normal, it might be an error coin struck on the wrong planchet. These rare mistakes can sometimes sell for thousands of dollars. Collectors often share incredible stories about discoveries. One coin hunter searching through bank rolls noticed a 1992 D quarter with strange doubling in the lettering. After sending it for professional grading, the coin was confirmed as a double die error and later sold for hundreds of dollars. That simple moment of curiosity turned a normal coin into big money. Stories like this are why coin collectors never ignore their change. Valuable coins are still hiding in coin jars, drawers, and old collections all over the world. Many people spend them every day without realizing the hidden treasure they just let go. So tonight, take a moment and check your quarters carefully. Look for the 1992 D Washington quarter with the Denver mint mark. Study the letters, the rim, and the overall shine. Because one small detail could turn that coin into a life-changing value. And here's the exciting part. There may still be undiscovered error coins from 1992 waiting to be found. The next rare quarter could already be sitting in your pocket right now. Welcome to 1 cent coin value, the place where ordinary coins can turn into life-changing discoveries. And the story of this quarter begins with a strange moment in American coin history. In 1983, the United States Mint made millions of quarters for everyday use. These coins showed the famous portrait of George Washington on the front and the eagle with spread wings on the back. Normally, when new coins are made, the mint also sells special collector sets called mint sets. But in 1982 and 1983 something unusual happened. The mint stopped selling those official sets. That decision created a mystery that collectors still talk about today. Because no official mint sets were made, very few coins from 1983 were saved in perfect condition. Most of them went straight into circulation where they were used, scratched, and worn down. This means finding a 1983 P quarter in high grade today is extremely difficult. Now here comes the shocking part. A high-grade 1983 P Washington quarter graded MS-67 by the professional grading company Professional Coin Grading Service has sold for more than $10,000 at auction. Imagine that. A coin worth only 25 cents turning into a five-figure collectible simply because it survived in beautiful condition. So how can you tell if you might have one of these rare coins? Let's start with the basics. First, check the date on the front of the coin. It must say 1983. Then look just under Washington's ponytail. If you see a small letter, P, that means the coin was made at the Philadelphia Mint. Now let's talk about the mint marks, because this is one of the first clues that collectors use to identify valuable coins. In 1969, Washington quarters were produced at 3 different mints, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia coins usually have no mint mark, Denver coins have a small D, and San Francisco coins have an S. Each mint produced millions of quarters, but certain combinations of mint marks, condition, and errors can turn these coins into hidden treasure with life-changing value. Let's reset your attention with another shocking discovery. One of the most valuable varieties is the 1969 D Washington quarter with a double die error. A double die happens when the coin's design is accidentally stamped twice at slightly different angles on the die itself. When coins are struck with that die, the lettering or numbers appear doubled. On some 1969 D quarters, collectors have noticed strong doubling in the words, "In God We Trust," and the date 1969. If you find one of these in excellent condition, the value can reach $1,000 to $5,000 or more depending on the strength of the doubling and the coin's grade. But that's not the only error collectors are hunting for. Another rare variety is the off-center strike. This happens when the blank coin is not perfectly aligned in the minting press. The result is a coin where part of the design is missing and the blank metal edge is visible. Some 1969 quarters with a 10% to 20% off-center strike have sold for $300 to $1,000. The more dramatic the error while still showing the full date, the higher the value. Now here's a story that shocked collectors. At a coin auction in the United States, a beautifully preserved 1969 S-proof Washington quarter, a special coin made for collectors, sold for over $2,500 when graded in near-perfect condition. Proof coins are struck with polished dies and mirror-like surfaces. They were never meant for circulation, but occasionally they escape into the wild. Imagine finding one of those shiny proof quarters mixed in your everyday change. That's the kind of moment every coin collector dreams about. Let's slow down for a moment and show you how to identify a valuable 1969 Washington quarter. First, check the date carefully. It must clearly read 1969. Next, look under Washington's neck on the front of the coin for the mint mark. If you see a D or an S, make note of it. After that, examine the lettering and numbers with a magnifying glass. Look closely for doubling in the letters, numbers, or motto. If the words appear thick, shadowed, or slightly duplicated, you may have found a double die error. Next, look at the color and surface of the coin. Because these quarters are clad coins, you should see a slightly different color layer on the edge, silver on the outside with a copper stripe in the middle. However, sometimes rare mint errors occur where the copper core is missing or the coin is struck on the wrong metal planchet. These unusual pieces are extremely rare and can sell for thousands of dollars. Another detail to inspect is the rim. A valuable error coin might have an uneven or broad rim caused by a misaligned die strike. Coins with a dramatic broad strike, where the metal spreads beyond the normal rim, can also attract serious collector interest. Collectors often share incredible stories about discoveries. One coin hunter searching through bank rolls noticed a 1992 D quarter with strange doubling in the lettering. After sending it for professional grading, the coin was confirmed as a double die error and later sold for hundreds of dollars. That simple moment of curiosity turned a normal coin into big money. Stories like this are why coin collectors never ignore their change. Valuable coins are still hiding in coin jars, drawers, and old collections all over the world. Many people spend them every day without realizing the hidden treasure they just let go. So tonight, take a moment and check your quarters carefully. Look for the 1992 D Washington quarter with the Denver Mint mark. Study the letters, the rim, and the overall shine. Because one small detail could turn that coin into a life-changing value. And here's the exciting part. There may still be undiscovered error coins from 1992 waiting to be found. The next rare quarter could already be sitting in your pocket right now.